And it looks like it could be the Fatigue Mage, or at least a very defensive mage that has Echo of Medivh.
Healbot and Sheep, yeah, it's gotta be. It's just gotta be Fatigue. So PinpingHo, how do you mulligan against Mage? Is it aggro? Is it control? You just never know.
I think you just have to value your curve and your board here as the mage. Although I feel like if you're worried about the aggro, you definitely have to have like that lightning storm.
He is going to keep the Chow. Alright, so Hex, of course, is one of the better counters to duplicate. Hex their creature and then give them 2 frogs. So it doesn't seem like it'd be great against a defensive deck, but that definitely might have some applications in this matchup.
Is there a better counter to duplicate than Hex?
Flare. Kazan Mystic.
Oh, I guess so. Touche. Touche.
Hex isn't bad, though. Alright.
So this is the deck that we saw from PinpingHo yesterday, too. He has Power Mace, a card that a lot of players thought it would be really good, just that the fact is Shaman can't really support mech that well compared to other classes. Then again, you don't need to pepper your entire, or you don't need to flood your entire deck with mech if you just pepper it with some cards here and there, like that Pilot Shredder, Harvest Golems.
Yeah.
You actually still have a pretty effective weapon.
Definitely. I'm actually a big fan of the way he built this deck. The thing about it that's been most exciting to me is I think he cut the 1-mana removal. I don't even think I've seen a Rockbiter out of this deck. I think he does play at least Rockbiter. But yeah, there's no bolts, there's no crackles.
Urshock.
There's Urshock, yeah, but no bolts, no crackles. That's the important thing. None of the overload removal. So just the ones that don't mess with your curve at all, which makes a lot of sense.
Are you sure this is Fatigue Mage? He's got Mirror Entity.
Not anymore. Now he's got Cairn, Azure Drake. Looks like it is just Control Mage with Echo of Medivh, which is an interesting card. I guess it's kind of like Duplicate, right? Like in control matchups, it doesn't just draw you cards, but it makes cards. So if you go to a Fatigue War, you have more resources to work with than usual.
Ooh.
The hard counter.
PinpingHo, he actually attacked a little bit too fast and missed 1 damage.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
okay,
no. This is a play I make a lot. You know, when you make a slight mistake, you do something a little too quickly, then you make the play that makes it look like it was on purpose.
Right.
It's okay. I can respect that.
Well, there's only 1 play this turn for StrifeCro. It involves using his hero power. It's either he wants to tag a minion, or if he wants to activate his own explosive sheep.
Yeah, I mean, there's 3 different pings he could go with here. He can take out the Searing Totem, he can ping his own sheep, or he could just ping the Flame Tongue and let the sheep live. That would make it vulnerable to Earthshock, so I'd expect StrifeCro to shoot the Searing Totem, I think, and then play his sheep, if I had to guess.
Every time I guess what StrifeCro does, though, I feel like he always tries to go for a little bit more of the aggressive / greedier play. That was his downfall at BlizzCon ultimately. Like, he didn't play around a Circle of Healing combination, just got blown out. So it wouldn't surprise me to see him Explosive Sheep and then ping the Flame Tongue Totem here.
What to do?
Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Then again, all those plays have some merit. It's all about how you want to scale the damage. He goes for a safe play. Alright, good for you, man. Good for you.
Makes sense. Time for Piloted Shredder to come down, I think. Not seeing a much better play than that. It's going to be a lot easier for StrifeCro to take care of that Flame Tongue than it is for PinpingHo, just by virtue of the hero powers. But StrifeCro definitely wants to be developing 5 drops for the next couple turns.
Which is best here? Also important to note, StrifeCro does have Flame Strike, and that AoE is so devastating for Shaman especially.
Yeah, one of the best cards to have against Shaman for sure. I expect to see a Sludge Belcher here.
It's like an awkward situation for the Pilot Shredder.
Definitely. I guess he doesn't really want to play Cairn turn 6 anyway, because he hasn't seen a single Hex yet. So his thinking is, okay, I'll play Owl this turn, and then play Belcher next turn after the Shredder's already been silenced. It won't just trade off for Sludge Belcher on its own, since Flametongue Totem will be dead.
Yeah, it's always a little painful to play off curve, because of course throughout the course of the next couple turns he might even float 2-3 mana. But we'll see how StrifeCro approaches it. I mean, he's always one of those players that's so interesting to watch, and it's honestly pretty hard to cast him because I never feel like I can crack his mindset.
Definitely think we'll just see a Fire Elemental here. There's a lot of, I mean, there's a few other options, but it just seems like the cleanest one. Alright, and Shaman's going to be pretty far ahead on board.
Will this Flametongue Totem ever be relevant? That's what I want to know.
Well, he's going to play Sludge Belcher, which will get the buff, but PinpingHo has the Hex for that. Frog is going to have 2 attack, though, if he goes that route.
The Frog will have 2 attack. That's hilarious.
He's going to have to Power Mace the Frog.
Power Mace, and he has the Annoyatron. Antique Heal Bot.
That is really surprising.
Is he setting up for a Flame Strike next turn? Because he's going to hope.
Heal bots, he can't ping the Fire Elemental, though. Huh. I did not expect that play at all.
What did I tell you, man? StrifeCro's one of the hardest players for me to like try to tap into his mindset. I mean, it's one of those things where in reflection you can always analyze the play, but predicting him is one of those really difficult things. You know that octopus that predicts like the Super Bowl every year and is like eerily correct?
There's a Super Bowl predicting octopus?
Yeah.
So every time we cast, I learn something new about the world, whether that's egg crises or...
Yeah,
you know.
Sports betting. But I don't think he could correctly predict a StrifeCro move.
Okay.
I'm just going to go out on the limb
That's right. I learned something new. Alright, well, StrifeCro can just go ahead and trade here with the 4-3. Keep Fire Elemental at 5 health. It's very important. At least for one more turn. Once StrifeCro has access to 9 mana, he can go ahead and Flame Strike and just ping Fire Elemental, so he won't have to... Won't really matter if it's topped off on health or not.
But he is taking a significant amount of damage.
Yeah. Alright, well, Power Mace gets the clean kill, and Flame Strike here, not too effective at all. StrifeCro definitely getting punished for that Antique Healbot play. I'm going to go out on a limb and just say that one was incorrect. No offense to StrifeCro, but that one seemed like...
Too out of the box and creative.
Yeah, I just don't see any benefit to it compared to any of the other options, right? Like, if you just play Belcher, wasn't that just better in every way?
I think he wasn't expecting Power Mace.
Wasn't expecting a 3 damage card from the Shaman.
Well, specifically, Power Mace.
It could have been like Bolt or Rock Biter or
Sure.
another Fire
Actually,
Elemental.
another Fire Elemental would have also been okay, too.
Well, he is staring down a pretty tough board to deal with. He needs to somehow maneuver this game in a way that Flame Strike catches him up. It's going to be Sludge Belcher now, and he's going to get rid of the bubble instead of pinging the Fire Elemental.
I guess he doesn't want the buff to Power Mace to translate over to the Annoyatron.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Well, geez. There's so much damage here. Let's calculate real quick. So if you hex the Sludge Belcher and get past it, you have 6, 4, that's 10, plus 4, it's 14, plus the Power Mace, that's 17. Oh my gosh.
I think you do it, right? Force the heal. You've already seen one heal bot. He doesn't have Elexstrasza mana. You have the Fire Elemental for lethal.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fire Elemental is the lethal push. Seems pretty good to me, honestly. I wonder if he's considering Lothep to lock him out spell-wise, though.
And isn't it like 19 damage, actually?
Is it? 14, 17. Oh, I think it's 17 damage.
If you hex and trade a Annoyatron and then attack phase.
Because then it would have been 8 damage from Fire Elemental, 6 from Pilot, that's 14, plus the weapon is 17. Where does he get the extra 2 damage?
Shredder.
Shredder has 6 damage.
6, 4, 3. The 2 from the Power Mace, right?
3 from the Power Mace.
Plus the Death Rattle on it.
Oh, but there's no guarantee that it goes on the Pilot Shredder. It might go on the Annoyatron.
Well, if you trade the Annoyatron first, because there's Flame Tongue, so it's a 2-1 Frog.
Oh, you're right. Oh, I forgot about the 2-1 Frog.
What to do?
He actually drew Healing. But oh man, that Lotheb.
I don't know if that
Flame
healing
Strike.
matters. It's just
Yeah.
there's too much damage on board. The Shaman pressured the Mage out of the game.
Yeah, well played by PinpingHo. Definitely locked him out there.
Yeah.
And the Shaman deck, I don't think, have we seen it lose yet? It's been performing.
Not PinpingHo's. I mean, he did lose eventually, but